Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Test, 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Test, 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Testing, testing. Okay, well, that answers that question. Okay, very good. Okay. Guess I gotta... Dun, dun, dun. Gonna copy the link and post it on the Discord. Okay. Looks like somebody's here. Hello, hello. Hi, Alirin. How you doing? I'm doing pretty well. I had a pretty bad headache yesterday, but I'm feeling much better today. Managed to sleep all of it off. So that's all good. They requested a tree beard drawing over there on event planning, so I'm going to do this one that I've actually kind of wanted to digitize for a while. As you can see, I did it in color pencil, but it's not quite as good as I wanted it to be. So we're going to do Treebeard's eye. How's it looking now? How's it looking now? Okay, good. I lowered the bit rate. We'll see if that helps. I don't exactly know what that means, but I think it just means it's sending less information. So the stream will lag less. Hi, Meg! How's it going? Yeah, I'm not sure how long I'm going to be here either. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to figure out how I want to do the colors in the eye, because I do really like, especially in the highlight here, the little bit of green and yellow that's actually in the highlight. And yeah, I haven't really, I typically do really solid colors. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to get that glow effect, but that's something that we're going to learn, I think. Thank you. He do be looking. Yes. I know you guys wanted some Grandpa Tree content, so I am giving you Grandpa Tree content. Just gotta remember how the heck to digital art. Yeah, that's a clock. I actually have two of them, which is redundant, but one is facing the door and then the other one is facing my bed, so I can see a clock wherever I am in my room. Come on. There we go. That's better. Looks like I actually used some green in the shadows here. That's really interesting. I think it was. I think it was for a mossy effect, yeah. Just generally, you know, to make him look like more like a tree. Okay, let's see. So there was actually kind of like a golden ring in the middle there. Interesting. Okay. Thank you, Meg. I do think it would make a neat sticker. Meg says everyone wants a Treebeard eye stuck to a treasured possession. He's watching you. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're cutting down trees. Oh my word. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Don't tell Treebeard that I enjoy wood fires. Don't tell him. Thanks, Illyrin. No, he's coming to get me. Nope. Oh, I think I know what this is going to do. Yep, okay. Yep. It's all goldish, always has been. Hello! The Kids Music Academy. Are you for working and writing? Awesome! Welcome to the stream. We are doing Treebeard's Eye. And I think I need to restart from the beginning because this is not working. It kind of does look like a collage. Yeah, you're right. Always gotta check and make sure I'm on the right layer. Wrong layer! I think the wrong layer joke was mostly in the first stream, but I mean, it's a pretty common joke when I'm doing this kind of thing because I often end up drawing on the wrong layer. Would I say it's scary to draw for an audience? There's definitely an aspect of it that's like, oh man, people are watching me. But honestly, in reality, I'm just kind of sitting here in my room and then, responding to some text that I'm reading off of my laptop. So I don't feel like it's that much pressure. And besides, I like you guys. So it's not all that bad. But thank you for asking. I think it helps that I have done this before. Even, I don't know if you heard the lore, but the entire reason that the fig tree exists is actually because I did one of these art live streams to celebrate getting 1,000 followers on the Frodo with Glasses Tumblr. And then everybody liked, being in that chat on the live stream so much that they wanted to keep talking to each other. And so Meg set up the server. And we've been around ever since. I feel like it's probably a story that's worthy to be told on the... Well, it's not exactly the 2nd anniversary now, but in celebration of the 2nd anniversary of the server. Ah, yes, it was very wholesome. Meg says, I think we should embellish it so history becomes legend and legend becomes myth. The myth of the fig tree. Definitely doesn't have an embarrassing backstory to that name. None whatsoever, no. Okay, yes, that's true. People seem to act like Hamilton is cringe nowadays. I still like Hamilton. Yes. Actually, when I was going back through, my blog to look for things that I could do digitally, I found my right hand man thing for Scouring of the Shire, and I was like, yeah, this still slaps. I don't care what anybody says. Ingenuitive and fluent in horse. Okay, no, now I'm not remembering that. What? Thank you, Meg. I hope he rhymes ingenuitive and fluent in horse with of course. That's pretty cool. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, yeah. You sent me a lot of those, actually. A lot of, like, Hamilton lines, but make it Lord of the Rings. I do remember that. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you're right. He has rings in his eyes the same way that trees have rings. Yeah. No, I totally meant that on purpose. Yep, I'm definitely going to take credit for that. Listen, we might be cringe, but we are free. Okay? Yes, the original one was made with color pencils. I'm gonna pan out here and peel back these layers so you can see it. This is actually one that I have been wanting to do digital for a while because I feel like the color pencils don't really do it justice. So when everybody was talking about, hey, we want to see Grandpa Tree, I was like, oh, I know which one I want to do. Aw, thank you so much. Sounds good. Um, I will probably post the finished pictures, um, probably on my blog, and then maybe I'll put a link to it on the Discord server. So you'll definitely, if you have to jump out, you'll definitely be able to see like how it looks at the end. I'll make sure that everybody can see that. How do I want to do this? Meg is going through the blog for Hamilton parodies. Good. Good. Right. Do I like that better? No. Heed not the master that treats us with mercy. He has not our interests at heart. Yes, he was kind when we're hungry and thirsty. Don't let him lead us astray. The fat one's suspicious of me. Oh, man. Thank you for going through these again, Meg. I'd forgotten all about them. See, I'm sitting here like, okay, so Gollum needs to have a solo, just like, you know, King George's solos in whatever Gondor musical that we're coming up with, but Gollum is not in the Gondor musical, so it'd be very odd. You're welcome. But it would be funny, though. Gollum just pops in for 1 second and does this soliloquy. Because reasons. You found the fluent and horse one? Okay, enjoy your lunch, bye! I wonder. No. There we go. Hmm. How do I feel about that? See, I like how this looks. That looks really neat. The problem is just it's transparent in behind it. So let's see. If I fill that area behind it with green, that's on top, of course it is. Okay, try again. Oh, interesting. Interesting, interesting. Okay, okay. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna want to change some things here first, though. Expand your thoughts, ma'am. Are we pleased with it? I think I can make it work. What I did really like, excuse me, like all the, I did like all the colors when they were blended together. But if you've ever, like, looked at, you know, your iris, there are, like, lines that radiate from the pupil out towards the outside. And I think I want to do that with the gold here. Okay. I had a literal eye phase where I just draw dozens of eyes just to get a little iris raise. Right, that is such a mood. I mean, my art style is anime adjacent. Obviously, I love drawing eyes. Okay, so now what happens if I put the blur on it? Need to remember to have that extra layer underneath to make it look right. Interesting. Okay, the rays kind of disappear by 10%. Like 8, you can just barely see them. So I'm messing with how much of a gradient there is. Like, this is 0 gradient, and then If I pull the gradient up too much, then all the colors just completely disappear because they blend together so much. So I'm just trying to see how much of a gradient I really want there, where the colors are just barely blended together. I feel like 7, you can really see the shape of the rays. 8, it's blended together a little bit more. I think we'll go with 7 for now. I can always increase that later. I have to say, I never had the idea to use a bluer layer over solid colors. I do not know this was a thing. The more you learn, etc., etc. Yeah, I don't use it all that much. Just because I really like the hard lines, like comic book cell shading kind of look. But it's definitely neat. Ooh, how do I feel about that? How do I feel about the lines coming in from the outside? Oops. Hmm. Okay. Interesting so far. Now I do have, yeah, I got a little bit, just a teeny tiny little bit of gold and green in the pupil itself. Which is a very funny thing when you think about it, because the pupil is just a hole into a dark space inside your skull. So it implies that there is gold and green on the inside of, like, his cornea. If I'm using the right word. The inside of his eyeball. Retina. There we go. I really want to go grab I remember I was going to do this before I started. The reason I wanted to draw this is because Tolkien actually went into detail about what Treebeard's eye looks like. Okay, not all that far. There we go, Treebeard. There we go. At the moment, the hobbits noted little but the eyes. These deep eyes were now surveying them, slow and solemn but very penetrating. They were brown, shot with a green light. Often afterwards, Pippin tried to describe his first impression of them. One felt as if there was an enormous well behind them, filled up with ages of memory and long, slow, steady thinking. But their surface was sparkling with the present, like the sun shimmering on the outer leaves of a vast tree, or on the ripples of a very deep lake. I don't know, but it felt as if something that grew in the ground, asleep, you might say, or just feeling itself as something between root tip and leaf tip, between deep earth and sky, had suddenly waked up, and was considering you with the same slow care that it had given its own inside affairs for endless years. So yeah, technically, Treebeard's eyes are supposed to be brown. But we're taking some artistic liberties here. Where'd I put my pen? There it is. Treasure just sent me a message on the Figtree server at Lady Glasses. It's brown. Yeah, do you mean Treebeard's eyes? Yeah. Apparently, according to the book, Treebeard's eyes are brown. It's because colors that are simultaneously darker and seen through black/brown don't exist. Anyway, that's how I read it. Not sure what you mean by that, honestly. Sorry. My friend once tried to tell me about how she sees colors that are like behind colors or through colors that aren't actually on the visible color spectrum, but it's just kind of how she perceives it. She tried to explain all of this to me, and I was not getting it at all. I was like, is this a form of synesthesia? Like, what are you talking about, fam? I don't... Treasure says, sorry, I can't figure out how to comment on YouTube at the moment. At Lady Glasses, you were saying artistic liberties, and I'm like, it is brown in the center, sort of a grain brown color. Yep. And technically, if I were to take off this gradient layer right there, it is brown underneath. It's very choppy brown, though. I need to fix that. Okay, we're gonna pause real quick. We're gonna fix this because what? I'm drawing on the wrong layer. See? There we go. Wrong layer. Okay. Select correct layer. I might have already answered this at this point, but who is my favorite character to draw? Good question. I'm inclined to say Frodo. Maybe just because I've drawn him so much. I do like his poofy hair, though. His hair has gotten even more poofy and gravity-defying the more that I draw it, and that's very fun for me. Sam is also fun to draw. He is all circles, and I love that. He's also much more expressive than Frodo is. Frodo has much subtler expressions. Of course, now that I say that, I also really enjoy drawing Pippin with his bazillions of freckles. I like drawing Baragond for obvious reasons. I like drawing a lot of characters. That's a great question. Okay, I think this is coming along. I think this is getting there. This is getting there. Oops. Nope, not that one. As you can see, I'm using the gradient for Frodo's hair here. I should probably just plug that in up here so I can have it easily. There we go. Let's rename this. Treebeard. How much have I drawn Treebeard? That's a good question. I feel like not a lot. I was scrolling back through, the drawings that I did of him, and there really aren't a lot of them. Which is a shame, because he's one of my favorite characters. Nope. I need to stop doing that. I keep forgetting. Can you lower the opacity on a level? You try to select the color. It doesn't work because the opacity is lower, which means the color's lighter. Okay. There we go. There's the most important part of it. There's his eye. I think that's pretty neat. What characters don't I like? Who do I have beef with? Oh, honey. Baby. Okay. I've made some enemies. Thank you, Illyrin. I've made some enemies with some of my hot takes over the years. I'm not a huge fan of Faramir in the books. He just seems way too perfect. I don't really like him all that much. I don't find him all that relatable. I have beef with Galadriel or with Lothlorien in general. What's funny is that I realized that Galadriel and Faramir function very similarly in the books, in that they're both kind of these characters that show up, like they help, but they stay in one place. And you get the sense that they really could do a whole lot more to help, but they don't. And I think that's what irritates me. I think that's why I find them aggravating. Yep, Illyrian remembers. I'm not a huge fan of Galadriel. One-dimensional-esque, yeah, I've definitely described Faramir as feeling like a bit of a cardboard cutout of a person to me. Lily the Valiant! Open on my PC and find them. Oh, yay! Treasure, that's you, right? Yay! Welcome, Treasure. Glad you could make it. It's me, Treasuriel! Oh, I love that. I was not expecting to commit to the Mario voice that hard, but I'm not unhappy. That turned out pretty well. Okay. Come on. Go away. There we go. Okay. In real life, the whites of people's eyes have those little red veins. So I wonder if I could put little green veins in Treebeard's eye. How would that look? Do I prefer drawing a new drawing or digitizing a previous drawing? Like, do I prefer sketching or doing digital? That's tough because they both do very different things. If I had to choose one, I would probably prefer sketching, because I can make something new. Whereas, yeah, with digital, I've tried sketching in digital, making like new stuff in digital. It just doesn't work for me. I need to be working on like a sheet of paper if I'm going to make a new thing. So kind of the potential of sketching, I think that kind of puts it just a little bit higher in my mind. But they're not really comparable to me. They both do two very different things. The grit, yeah, the texture of the paper. I've heard that. Like if you get there's a certain kind of cover that you can get that you can put on your tablet that makes it feel more like a paper texture. And yeah, some people that I know, like artist friends, have recommended that I get one of those and like try it out and see if it might make it easier or more comfortable to sketch on the tablet. And I'm sure I could. I'm sure that's probably something I ought to try out sometime. But this is also technically my dad's tablet. So it's not really mine. And I don't really want to, put a cover on and then have to take it off and all these kinds of things. So at the moment, I just sketch. And I also think the thing of just looking at a light, when you're doing digital artwork, you are looking at a light for an extended period of time. And I'm autistic enough that that's going to bother me after a little while. So for making something new, which often takes, digital art takes a while too, but like making a new sketch can take quite a long time. And I think I would want to do that, without a light in my face. Use my voice, lower the opacity, cronk. And then he does, and then it's like, wrong layer! I'm not sure if you heard it earlier, Treasure, but I did make a joke, or a wrong layer joke earlier, because I had, of course, drawn on the wrong layer. That's neat. I like that. Green veins. This is neat. Okay. You heard it? Okay, good. Right, yeah. Nope. Nope. Cool. Okay. 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 Liking this. What should we do now? Shadows, I think. Oi. Rude. did want to try. Let's do a slightly green. Interesting. Slightly green shadows. Nope. There we go. Hmm. Okay, there we go. We're getting somewhere. When did I first start making fan art? Goodness gracious. Gotta think about that now. Because I've been drawing ever since I was a very, very little kid. And I feel like... Technically, even before I could draw very well, I think I might have done something for, like, 1080 snowboarding on the Nintendo 64 that, like, my dad got from a friend of his. Like, nothing very good, but... Okay, the oldest piece of fan art that I still have in my possession to this day is a piece of How to Train Your Dragon fan art. So that's the only thing that I can, like, 100% confirm. But there might be some old drawing that Baby Glasses drew 10,000 years ago, and it's since been put in, like, a one of those Tupperware tote things and just hidden away somewhere in the house. But yeah, I've been drawing as long as I could hold a pencil, so. I'm trying to remember if I did VeggieTales fan art. I feel like I must have, but I can't remember. Wonder who is the subject of the How to Train Your Dragon fan art? I think I was drawing Hiccup. I was right at the perfect age to have a crush on Hiccup when the movie came out. I did not like Astrid because I was a jealous child. I think I tried to draw Toothless as well. Hi, Princess! Welcome! What am I working on? I am working on Treebeard's Eye. Take all these layers off and show ya. Boom, boom. There we go. Might remember this drawing from a long time ago. They wanted some Grandpa Tree content over there on event planning, so we're gonna turn this puppy digital. Oh, thank you so much. What is my favorite part of the digitizing process? It's a good question. Let me think. Because right off the bat, I wanted to say, well, adding shadows, but that might just be because that's what I'm doing right now. But there is something that's really nice about adding shadows because it really makes the figure, feel 3D. Like if I were to take all of these off, and that, it feels pretty flat. But then you add them back in, and it just gives it all that shape and character. But I think I like all of it. There's something fun about every part of the process. That's a good question. Thanks for asking. Windmill, hi! Windmill's here, yay! We do have Treebeard's eye. Yes, we do. Whoa. Hmm. No. Yeah, it's better. I didn't want the shadows on the top part of his eyebrow to be quite as dark as the ones underneath. It looked odd. Whoopsie. Okay. Those little green swirls. Because it's closer to the light, yeah. So the shadows wouldn't be quite quite as dense, I think. I'm just gonna recreate the green swirlies. How do we feel about that? It feels kind of goofy, but I don't hate it. Thank you so much! Windmill, you missed how hard I was working on the iris. That was a lot of work. You're asleep! Aw. That's okay. Everybody's just waking up today. That's true, yeah. Yeah, it's early in the morning for you guys. What's it missing? I feel like it's missing something. When comparing it to the original help, it might. So the problem is that the original doesn't have much detail either. I do think, though, one thing I did see is that I had... What layer am I drawing on? Okay. I had more shadow right here. Kind of where the eye socket is. Yeah, there we go. Okay, okay. That was a good suggestion, actually. Thank you. Oops. Hi, Meg. We got Illyrin, Princess of Words, Windmill, Treasure. I think Works in Writing is still here. Might be wrong. Hello! You are still here. Thank you. I think we're wrapping this one up. Coming to finishing touches here. Aw, that's a throwback, Windmill. Yeah, okay. I can't think of anything else to do for this one, so I think that is done. Grandpa Tree Eye. It is finished! Yep. Let's see. What's your favorite thing about creating fan art if it's possible to add just one thing? Oh, man. Definitely just the fact that I can take something out of my imagination that didn't exist beforehand and put it onto the page. You know, especially because I draw such little funny moments from the books that, you know, you don't really see many other people draw fan art of. I have the opposite of aphantasia. I feel like I can see things in my head very vividly, and so being able to put that on paper and share it with the world in that way is definitely my favorite part of doing fan art. You keep trying to scroll down and see all the pictures on the iPad? Okay, well, we can take a tour. That's fine. This one is Tuesday. What did you expect? It's Tuesday. Thank you, Illyrin. We've got Now and For Always right here, looking adorable. Aw, thank you, Princess. We've got this cute one of Sam and Frodo. My Easter one right here. We've got all the different pieces of the comic, the Boats comic with Mary. We got this one. I don't remember if I posted this one. I feel like I wasn't very happy with the background. And it kind of has the anime mouth, but I'm happy with a lot of it. Like, the movement's pretty cool, and I like the shinies. I don't know how this one ended up in the Lord of the Rings stack. This is my character, Anazella, being a dweeb. There's Phil Dragish. That was a fun one to do. Yeah, I don't think I Please. Don't get me started on the War of the Rohirrim anime. I'm so mad. I'm so freaking disappointed that they took what was such a cool, like, Tolkien is incapable of making uncool history, I feel like. And they had to go and they were like, okay, let's take this nameless girl character and make her into a girl boss because modern identity politics and just make me an anime where the cool dudes are fighting cool wars. I don't ask for much. Just come on. Anyway, yes, Windmill, happy International Don't Stab Your Best Friend Day. The running joke I have with Red Boots and Doriath, otherwise known as Tarva. Yes. Give glasses cool things 2025. Yes, please. There's the there's the header that I have on my Redbubble shop. It's not a Lord of the Rings thing, guys. I'm not plagiarizing, I swear. We've got a lot of... Yeah, these are a lot of modern AU designs. I remember these. I was going to make these into stickers. That's why they're not actually all that clean, because they were always meant to be digitized. You guys are getting sick previews today. Look at this. Meg says, ooh, I want those. There's my response to that. Just kidding. More things. Okay, these are... Wow, alright. We're going... This is not Lord of the Rings anymore. I was commissioned by my church to do artwork of certain Bible characters in like a superhero comic book style. Thus, like, the dots in the background. What's the white figure one? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Your Bible artwork was the first digital art of yours I draw. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alaren. I'm really happy with the lighting on this one. Like, doing the fire was hard, but man, was it fun. Thanks, Princess. Thank you so much. Of course, there's Samson. I feel like that was one of the first ones I did. And these are just concept art for, like, what the sermon slides would look like. They did something similar, but not exactly like that. Rack, Shack, and Benny, heck yeah. Surfer Aragorn, yes, we have Surfer Aragorn. Oh, we've got this one. I still have this sticker on my laptop. We've also got Vacation Gandalf. I considered doing this one today. Baragond in a tank. You have that sticker on your laptop too? Aww. We've got Aragorn's farewell. Totally how Lord of the Rings ended. Pippin and his sword! I still need to do this one. This is a cool panel in my opinion. But anyway, why is Baragond in tank? I don't remember who I was talking to, but I was talking to somebody. And we were talking about when Baragond was stripped of his rank. But, of course, R and T are right next to each other on the keyboard, so they accidentally said stripped of his tank. And I was like, I want to give Baragon a tank. So I did. I drew Baragon in a tank because why not? Again, doing fan art, you can make things happen that never would have happened otherwise. Oh man, there are a lot of chat things here. The silhouette is cool. Thank you very much. Yeah, the Lady Glasses phone case. Oh, that makes me happy. Which art is on the phone case? I feel like you've probably posted pictures of it before, but I forget. Was going to suggest Pippin and his sword today. We might do that. We might. That is a cool panel. Thank you, Illyrian. Windmill said, I asked Tarva about some stuff and she texted you to ask and you made that typo. I made the typo. You were visiting her at Christmas. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. Okay, so I was the one who made the typo. That was the part that I don't remember. And then I was like, wow, I want to do that now. I want to do Baragon in a tank. Fear Fire Foes Wake. Where are we? Where was that? I think that's further down. We've got this one. That one was fun. I drew that, part of that, while I was in the DMV. We got Imrahil. Chilling out. This one. Frodo's foot is still a little screwy right there, but I'm really happy with how the head of the king turned out. You were involved in the Baragon tank story, tangentially involved, yes. Oh, that was a fun comic. Anyway. Sticker, please. Sorry, you're gonna have to tell me which one you meant for sticker, please. I have a little bit of a delay. Tarva! Hi! Yes, this is Elrond. I think this came from, the comic here. Somebody sent me an ask, like, hey, your Legolas looks like he would really like pranks. You know, what kind of prank wars would he get up to? Like, in Rivendell, maybe with the twins. And I was like, okay, but consider, Elrond is the prank king in his own house. So he actually knows that there's a sign that says, kick me, I'm a Njoldo, on his back. And he's just waiting for them to find out. Mumuk, yes! Elephant! Heckin' elephant! This was so fun to draw. I found out that I really enjoy drawing elephants. We've got Helicopter Legolas. We've got just Legolas being himself. Teeny tiny silhouette of Gandalf and Pippin on Shadowfax. The king has got his crown again. I could probably do that. I feel like I've got a better drawing of the head with the flowers around it around here somewhere. Hey, look! That's the one that I just did. I knew it was in my backlog. We've got Gimli with his cannon. We've got Legolas and Gimli and Arod. Back when Legolas had different shapes of eyes. Helicopter Legolas brings me back to the first time when you were doing Longneck Legolas. Yes, Longolas is going to be in here somewhere for sure. Got Aragorn and Hossifel. This was riffing on that one where Aragorn is like, my cut's short or long, you know, don't go awry. And I was like, ha, Aragorn the barber. Anyway. We've got Old Man Willow spitting Pippin out. That's an old drawing. We've got Gandalf blowing Frodo's door down his hole and out through the hill. I love when you do the emoji faces with no mouths. Thank you. It's very funny. Yep, Tom Bombadil. We've got Tom Bombadil there. Gunley! Oh. Oh boy. We've got the apple incident. What happened here? Oh, I accidentally drew on it a little bit. That's odd. There's one of the ones that was suggested today. Yeah, Mary's sleeve has the crisscross, yeah. Aww. Sam and Eleanor. Yep. The irony is that sometimes I forget to do the crisscrosses on his sleeve. This one's sweet. Not sure if I ever finished this one either. Might be quiet for a bit as you go eat, but you will be watching. Sounds good. Enjoy your food. Feral Meg noises. Yep, yep. Houses of healing. Ooh. I still need to redo the tree, but I love this concept. My husband. My man. Baragon full movie when? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't want them to do it now because they would mess it up, but you know. Aragorn in this goofy little crown giving a thumbs up. Baragon, a movie by Fig Studios. He wasn't in any extended editions. Yeah, I think there's some speculation that, like, one of the background characters, like, the one that catches Faramir when he falls off his horse, like, that might be Baragon. But, yeah, he plays such a huge role in the books, and he's just not there in the movies. Anyway, speaking of Faramir and Eowyn. There's another one that I don't think I finished. I think this is mostly... These ones that I haven't finished are mostly because I get to the point where I'm like, okay, now this needs a background. And I don't like doing backgrounds, so... If the right people made it, but are there any right people in Hollywood right now? Yep, that's the question, Windmill, and I'm afraid the answer is no. You'll swoon on Vivi's behalf. Cormalin! Yes, we have Cormalin. And it's a huge mongus. Like you zoom in and there is such teeny tiny little details everywhere. That took me 2 weeks. That was fun. I also like this poster. There's the little thing I made for the Q&A live stream. Aww. There's a blast from the past. Look at how bad Frodo's hair is. That's freaking awful. I had a lot to learn. I was just getting started with this. You remember how long I was working on Carmalin? Yeah, man, that took me forever. You would buy it as a poster? Yeah, I still want to color this one. I still want to color this one and sell it as a poster. Because heck yeah, dude. We were so young. Yeah, we were so young. And Princess says, I love Eowyn's freckles. Aw, me too. They're so much fun to draw. I already had many fans. Aw, you're so sweet. I did have a lot of people following my blog. Okay, now we've gotten to some things that I actually did digitize. Now, when I say I don't really like sketching on the tablet, this I'm pretty sure I like drew the line art on the tablet as well. But I'm still not very happy with it. It looks very stiff. Don't really like how it works. But I think I was experimenting with like the painting sort of style of coloring. Frodo's got his earplugs in. It really, yeah, that's an enormous ear hole. It really does look like he's got earplugs in, doesn't it? Now here's some ones you might recognize. Love his eye color. Yeah, I like the blue. No. Also on the way to FigCon. Yep, yeah. Ooh, I remember this one. He left the stove on. Yeah. That's what the clouds are in the sky. It's his house burning down. Love the VW bus. Yeah. That one was fun. Aww. I feel like this was one of the first ones that I drew that I was like, hey, I'm actually not half bad at this digital art thing. You really like the one with the hands? Yeah, thank you. It's dramatic. I like it. Oh, speaking of dramatic. Yeah. Yeah. The lighting on this one was so much fun. Just bathe everything in orange. We've got this one. My mom actually ordered a large sticker of this one by accident. She meant to get a poster, but she ended up getting a large sticker and, like, framing it. So that's nice. Oh, the background color's purple. I was probably looking for, like, stray pixels. But anyway. You have the Frodo Ithilien one on your water bottle. Aww. Okay, there we go. A squirrel, right? That's what Anborn said it was. Or maybe it was a kingfisher. Or a frog. There we go. Here's Fear Firefoes Awake. Thank you, Alirin. Unironically, I want a kingfisher cloak. That would be fun, yeah. Just go around dressed as a bird. Hobbit stack. Need a shirt of Fear Fire Foes. It should be up there. It should be up there on Redbubble. Frog One is vibing the Rankin Bass version of Gollum. I don't think... I would need to look up the Rankin Bass version of Gollum. I don't know if I've seen that. Skeptical Mary. I've also got this. Yep, that's our press X to doubt. That's our press X to doubt emoji. Yep. Aww. How many freckles does Pippin have? The answer is yes. Speaking of Pippin. Pip's antlers. Yeah, Pip's antlers in the Christmas one. This one's fun. I like the ones with unusual lighting, I think. This is the horse that ended up looking like Honey Pie Pony from the Strawberry Shortcake show. And I got psychic damage when I realized that. Angel Pippin never done a wrong... The Angel Pippin never done a thing wrong in his life ever. No, he's an angel perfect baby. Speaking of angel perfect babies, Virgil. My son, my darling. And his dad. The birthday one is on your wall. It's so fun. That's awesome. Going to get an army of Tooks. Yes. Pippin on his pony there is off to get an army of Tooks. Yep. You have the Virgil and Baragon sticker? Aww. I want to buy one now. I'm going to buy my own sticker. Here's Rosie. Being adorable. Baragon's hair looks similar to mine. You don't say. Yes. I gave him that chocolatey brown hair color. Because I actually do like the color of my hair. This one's sweet. A lot of these, the background colors are going to be like really random bright colors because I was probably looking for like holes, like where I didn't color something, and so there's just like one transparent pixel, and so I would choose this really bright garish color so that I'd be able to find it. Apparently this one isn't. I got the flower crowns. There's my current profile picture on everything. Brown is a nice hair color. Thank you. I think so too. Underrated, honestly. This one was fun. Love the details on the pansies. Yeah, thank you. Man, if I could just remember, I know I chose the flowers specifically because of what the flower language represents, but I don't remember what pansies represent. You like their expressions in this one, I assume? Yeah, this is going to suck, but we're going to do it anyway. That's what that means. Aw. Yeah. I'm still happy with how the moon turned out in this one. That looks really good. Oh, there's our boy. Round boy. This one I'm not 100% happy with. But, I mean, it's the only digital art that I've done of Grima. I think it's the only art that I've done of Grima, period. No, that's not true. I have drawn him being dragged on his face by Saruman. Okay, I always draw Grima face down. You're noticing a trend. You like the dramatic ones. Yeah, I mean, with all the love in my heart, you are a Silmarillion nerd, so I feel like we've been new, sis. Grima has no face. Grima needs no face. He doesn't with how much he's face planting. He's gonna smush his nose into the ground. Le Hubs, this one is called. Do we still have the party hat? Yes, we do! We do still have the party hat. Where is the text? There we go. He's the server logo. Yep, there it is. Hey, there we go. There's Longolus. This one still kills me. It's so stupid. Oh boy. Whoa. That's a bit too fast. Well, that's the gif of Mary in a rowboat. And there's this one. Fine day for yeet. Yeah. What is this? Oh. Never mind. Yep. Perfect satisfaction. So yeah, that's Barradown's comic. Barradown's comic. I have the suggested panel right here. I do think now that we have finished our tour of what's in the Lord of the Rings stack on this tablet, we can get started with this one. Oop. You feel like we have to be all solemn for this one? Kind of feels like it. I mean, the hobbits are all but dead in this. But it's okay. Tom comes and rescues them, and all is well. They don't They don't die for realsies. They only Marvel die. They die, but they come back. Am I going to change their skin color from what I normally use in digitizing them? Most likely. This one is going to be tricky, I think, because the lighting in the book is described as like an eerie green glow that's coming from the floor. So by definition, their skin is going to look pretty different in that lighting. But also, I imagine that I'm probably going to draw them like, pale, like deathly pale. Because, the effect is kind of lost if they have their normal, ruddy, healthy looking features, or complexion, I should say. They should probably look pretty pale and sickly and dead. So the short answer is, yeah, I'm probably going to draw them all but Frodo looking very, very deathly, especially Merry, I imagine. Frodo has a great heroic moment. Yes, he did. And I'm honestly salty that it was cut out in the movie. Frodo has so many great moments of bravery in the books that just never made it into the movie. So he kind of ends up looking like a spineless wet fish in the movies, but he's not. He's actually quite brave. Him and Merry in the Slicing Hands Club. Yeah. Okay. Are the hobbits really dead? I always thought them enspelled. That's a good question. And I don't know. Because we only get the scene from Frodo's POV. He does describe Merry's face as cold, though. If they are dead, it's like temporarily dead, or it's dead-ish. It's very mysterious. It's not like outright explained. Come on now. Come on. What do you move it? Okay, fine. Only mostly dead. Yeah. Meg says, I don't think they're really dead. I don't think Tom can raise the dead, but then again, he is Tom. Yeah. I mean, who knows, right? You were going to write the scene from Merry and Pippin's POV, and honestly, if you ever feel inclined, please do. It's creepy, yes. Honestly, Tolkien is underrated as a horror writer. And again, we could talk about his wartime experience and how that informs his horror writing and stuff. But yeah, man, the way he deals with the topics of death. It's just harrowing. They are not dead, they are asleep, and I have to wake them up. And I have come to make them up. Aww. Remember when I was like, did you make it grab Frodo by the throat? And you were like, of course I did. Yes. That was one panel. I was wondering if, like, the grabbing Frodo by the throat panel was, like, the one that you guys wanted me to draw. You know what we needed on this lovely anniversary? Fear and terror, even. Existential dread of death. I think you were going to say something, though, Treasure. You said another thought? What was your other thought? I feel like I need to increase the image size here. Yeah, it's tiny. One assumes that the rights are raised by the ringwraiths who are powered by Sauron. Doesn't Eowyn or someone's arm go cold when fighting the Witch King? Yeah, that's true. So do you think the same thing happened to the hobbits? Yes, that's what I thought would happen if I... Okay, right. Don't do that. Ah, crap. Okay. Or the coldness is something that happens when they're in contact with it. Maybe it's that they're both undead, so their auras create similar effects. Yeah, that could be. That could be correct. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to make this work. I think we need to redraw. Redraw the panels. That's okay. It's a good question. Yeah, I am far from an expert on this kind of thing. But it would be fascinating if the hobbits, you know, like what exactly did the rites do to the hobbits? Like, I don't know. This is going to seem strange, but somehow the coldness of the ring wraiths always seem more like a dry coldness, and the bear wraiths seem more like a damp coldness, if that makes any sense. It does, yeah. Sort of like the ring wraiths are more like a dry, like bones kind of cold. Whereas the rights, they kind of live in this foggy, damp area. Their grave is in a cave. It's probably got a lot of moist dankness to it. Frodo, what happened to your shoulder? I touched dry ice. Oh no! Dry ice can burn, can't it? Like the Barrow Whites are your typical vengeful spirits, but the Nazgul are kept alive artificially by the Rings of Power. Ooh. See, the way you phrase it makes it sound like ghosts are just kind of naturally a thing in Middle-earth, which I would not know if that's the case, but it kind of implies that ghosts are just a thing, you know, your natural vengeful spirits, and then the ring wraiths are like artificially created vengeful spirits. I don't know if that's what you were going for or even what's in canon, but that's the vibe that it gave to me. Are they vengeful or corrupted? That's a good question. If you destroyed the Witch King's ring, would he die? Ooh. If we have any Silmarillion nerds in the chat that can answer that question. Corrupted, perhaps to be vengeful. That would make sense. So here's a question. If the ring wraiths had not done anything to them, would the Barrow Whites even exist? Would they still be there? Would they just kind of be moping about? Like, what would they be doing, if anything? Windmill kind of wants to bring the spirits that Aragorn recruits from the Paths of the Dead into this for comparison. That's a good point. Yeah, those are just some ghosts that are still around because they have unfinished business, but they're not necessarily vengeful spirits. And they were... Could you argue that they were created by Isildur's curse? Like, where did... Yeah, how do ghosts work in Middle-earth? Do we know that the ring wraiths did anything to them? I assume you're talking about the bearer rights. I don't remember where I heard that the ring wraiths raised them. I feel like I heard that from somewhere. The Paths of the Dead Ghost swore an oath, right? Yeah. And then Aragorn tells them to come fulfill their oath. So something about the oath, like, is what kept them in the earth in their ghostly state until their oath could be fulfilled. So it was the power of the oath in that case that kept them there. Yeah, okay, about the bearer rights. Do we know for sure that the ring wraiths did anything to them? I don't remember where I heard that it was the ring wraiths. I wish I could tell you. Hey, Windmill says, yeah, I just thought the bearer rights were just generally malevolent, like, get off my lawn. Baron met the ghost of Gorlin the Unhappy, but it might have been a dream. Interesting. I hadn't heard about that. Yeah, Treasure heard it was the ring wraiths too. I still can't remember. There might be some exposition that mentions Angmar in connection with them. I wonder if it had anything to do with, like, Tom's spiel when he's telling the hobbits, you know, he's, like, kind of info dumping to them about the past of the old forest, and I wonder if he might have mentioned, like, some spirits from the east coming and waking things up in the Barrow Downs. I don't quite remember. Tarva says, it seems there are multiple kinds of wandering spirits in Middle-earth. The bodies, Barrow Wights, aren't even possessed by their own spirits. Oh. Old Man Willow is malevolent without being corrupted. Granted, he's not a ghost. I'm just thinking of other malevolent forces. Yeah, the ring wraiths. Sorry, the Barrow Wights could be just bargain bucket. Not bargain bucket, but just your typical run of the mill grumpy ghosts. Yeah, we can't necessarily rule that out. It does seem like there are a lot of things in the old forest that are just kind of get off my lawn. So yeah, we can't necessarily rule out that maybe the Barrow Wights are just like that as well. Dollar store version ghosts, yeah. The ring wraiths are Gucci ghosts, and then the Barrow Wights are just dollar store ghosts. The spirits of the rights were from Angmar. The bodies were Númenorian royalty. More like possession than reanimation. No kidding! I didn't know anything about that. Okay. So it's not even that the rights were angry because the hobbits were desecrating their own grave, because it's not their grave. Right? Sauron and Morgoth's aura tends to wake up and corrupt nature around them. That would make sense, too. Where are you getting this info, Tarva? Is this, like, on... Whoops. Wait. Oh, that's kind of sick, actually. I'm gonna keep it. Is this on, like, Tolkien Gateway or something like that? Because I'm pretty sure none of this was mentioned in, like, Lord of the Rings itself. Unless it's in an appendix. You've got some tabs open in the background. Good, because I'm busy drawing, so I don't have time to be Googling things. We are learning the things. See, this is the kind of vibe that I want for whenever FigCon comes around. We're just gonna be like, ooh, wait, I didn't know about that, and we'll just learn things together. I think some of it's in the appendices because it all sounds very familiar. That's likely, and what's even more likely is that I skipped over it because I don't care about most of the appendices, except like appendix, I think it's D, that has like the Hobbit family trees in it. Because I am predictable. The barrow blades that specifically take out the Witch King of Angmar, I guess, suggests that origin. Oh. Poor Sam. Your eyes glazed over at the calendar, but aside from that, you like the appendices. Yeah. Sam is so small in Fellowship of the Ring, yeah. You know, that would totally be a Sauron move to take over the bones of the people who could have taken him out, maybe. That's a good point. Tarver says, I didn't bother with them until my second or third read through of the book, so it's hard to fault anyone for skipping them, and I did the same thing for a while. They aren't necessary, per se. Yeah. I like the way you drew the sunken cheeks on each hobbit differently because they're different facial structures. Thank you! Thank you for noticing! That makes me so happy, you have no idea. Because yes, of course I paid attention to those things. Thank you. Windmill says, if you read the letters, Tolkien fought with his publishers a bit to insist on including the appendices because of course he did. Of course he did! Nerd. Good for him. Did the Wright just not have time to dead Frodo, or was it the ring that made Frodo different from the others? That's something that I've been wondering too. It almost seems like the timeline is something like the Wright found the other hobbits, put them under a spell or whatever it is that it did, and prepared them for burial and all these kinds of things, and then found Frodo. And by that point, the preparations were already underway. Because you'll notice, in the books, Frodo is the only one who isn't listed as waking up with different clothes on. Sam and Pippin and Merry are all in the burial clothes and stuff, and they all have the jewelry. So the Wright obviously, undressed and redressed them in all these in the burial clothes and stuff. But it doesn't mention that Frodo has burial clothes on. It seems like he's just got his normal clothes, which is what I drew him in here. So I don't know. I've been very curious about that as well. Like what made Frodo so different? Because obviously the Wraith was able to catch him. It's not like, he just the ring might have helped him evade it, or it could have made him more of an obvious target. Depending on how the right can see the ring, but it didn't. He got captured anyway. So the question then becomes, like, yeah, why wasn't he, prepared for burial like the other hobbits were? I don't know. Tarva says, it almost makes it sound like he just got caught later than the others, but now I'm over here fascinated by the idea of the ring protecting him in a way. Maybe the ring was like, heck no, I don't want to die in a barrow. Are you kidding me? Windmill says he was tempted to put the ring on escape. Yeah, that's true, but it doesn't explain why he wasn't, prepared for burial like the other hobbits were. Speaking of rings, Sam has some on his fingers. Some say it was the voice of the ring speaking to him there to get him to escape from that situation and leave his friends. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Sauron's power is greater. That's likely. You have to go to class now to read your worm poem aloud. Wish you luck. Good luck, Meg. Tarver says, I know that the Witch King wanted to catch the ring bearer specifically, so it really does seem odd that out of all the hobbits, the ring bearer was the one given the least care in this situation. That's true. If the right knew that Frodo had the ring, you'd think it would have paid closer attention to him. But it didn't seem to know. You had one job type of situation. Yeah. Imagine if the ring wraith comes back to the barrows, sort of like a manager coming to check on their employees or whatever, and the wraith tells him, "Oh yeah, some halflings came through here and completely wrecked stuff, and that Tom Bombadil guy, one of them cut off my hand, and then Tom Bombadil stomped on it, and I had such a bad day on Monday." And then the ring wraith is like, "Excuse me, you wanna run that one by me again? Some halflings?" And it's like, "Yeah, some freaking halflings just came and completely wrecked my house." And it's like, "Was any of them carrying a ring?" And the wraith is like, "Oh, I don't know." What does that matter? And the ring wraith is like, "You had one job. You had one job." That's really funny. If you let me be pedantic for a second, I think right is pronounced like white. No R's involved. Oh, white. Did I say right? Have I been saying right? I might have. I might have misspoken. I think my brain is getting mixed up between wraiths and rights. Wraiths and whites. Maybe the Witch King just left them to wander and terrorize. That's possible. I didn't give you a cool historical ghost body just for you to fumble the ball like this. Next you're going to tell me the one that chopped your hand off was the one with the ring. Well, actually... Oh, man. Well, now that you mention it... That's so funny. Windmill's right, though. It doesn't have... white does not have an R in it. So if I was saying right, I was misspeaking. I think I was just getting mixed up, saying wraith and white over and over again. I also need to leave for class, but I'm really glad I could come. I've had one earbud in at work, but I'll need my full attention for class. Thanks for coming, Princess! It's been awesome to have you here. You have a great day. Have a good day at class. I just found this cool post on Quora about the Feyya and the Hroa and the Whites, etc. Yeah! I've heard that word Feyya before. I'm trying to remember, like, what... Oh, Windmill said, the watcher in the water at the bar listening to Barrow White complaining about his boss yelling at him. Like, that's rough, buddy! Feyya means spirit. Yeah. Hroa is body as opposed to Feyya. Gotcha. You want a philosophical discussion about elves and men's Feyya and Hroa, you should read the debate of Finrod and Andreth. Ooh. The only thing I know about the difference between men and elf spirits is that apparently they don't go to the same afterlife. Which is sad, because that means Beleg and Turin will not be able to be together in the afterlife, and that sucks. Torva says that thing is such a mess. Manuel says, I enjoy it, but it is a lot, and getting into uber nerd territory at the remaking of Arugula. I think they all come back, though. Oh, that's good. Okay. I know there's like the Daggerath or something like that, where they fight Morgoth, and Turin officially gets to kick his butt for making his life miserable. I assume Beleg would be able to participate in that as well. Turin gets to be in the Daggerath, so I've wondered if that means he gets the Secret Third Afterlife option. Yeah. Finrod says, oh wait, us elves there, my brother and me, same brain. Yep. Yeah. You know me, I'm Hobbitcore. I'm not a Silm nerd by any stretch of the imagination, so I just kind of listen to what you guys say, and I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. Anyway, hobbits. But yeah, it's definitely intriguing. After the end of all ages, elves and men's spirits can reunite. Yay! Okay, so Beleg and Turin only have to be apart for a little while. That's good. I'm glad for them. Us, shoving lore in your face. You, smiley face. Yeah. I know a little bit more from playing Lord of the Rings online, and then I looked it up to see what was canon, so I might not have it 100%. That's okay. I played a significant part of the storylines of the northern places like Angmar. Ooh. The fun thing is that Tolkien changed his mind several times. A lot of unfinished stuff was published after his death, so there are different versions that are sort of equally canon. Yep, that's what I've heard. Poor Christopher having to sort through all of his dad's notes. Who is it? Who is it that, like, the parentage is disputed? Like, who was Gil-galad's dad or something like that? The whole Horophea thing kind of gets complex when you have the half-elven and stuff. That's a good point. Gil-galad. Yep. Okay, I was right. And the singular half-elf Maya. Half-elf Maya. That's Luthien, right? Yeah, Luthien. Okay. Did she and Baron, or at least Baron, did they die before they could have any kids? Because that would make it even more complicated. Quarter elf, quarter Maya, half human. I might introduce to you my favorite crack explanation for Gilgalad. Maedhros hand Sauron's magic clone of Maedhros. That's so dark. Lillian and then her descendants mixed with Baron's human blood. They had a son. They did! Okay! So, yeah, that would be complicated. The fact that Elrond and Aragorn also feels like 90% of the protagonists in Lord of the Rings are descended from her. Okay, yeah. Okay, so they did have kids. Yeah, that's... How are you supposed to deal with that? My favorite crack theory for Gilgalad is just one of the firstborn from, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, and he just doesn't want to tell anyone, so he keeps mixing his fake story up. Who would be embarrassed of that, though? Like, that's awesome. But yes, that is really funny. I like him as Fingon's son just because I want to know what kind of lady married that mad lad. You love Pippin's curls? Aw, thank you. Me too. They're very fun to draw. Weep. 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 No. Not quite. Whoop. 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 The Orodreth's son version gets even worse when we're trying to figure out who Orodreth is the son of. Okay, we're good. We're into, I don't know who that is. We're into the deep Silm knowledge. He is either Finrod's brother or nephew. That's fun. Possibly Galadriel's brother, or possibly her nephew, or possibly who knows? He is the king of Nargothrond when Turin shows up. Oh, okay. I feel like I should have remembered that then, because I did, thanks to Tarva here, read Children of Húrin. Unfortunately. And I'm scarred for life. Forever. Thanks, Tarva. Orodreth is Turin's number 2 fanboy. Who is the first? Beleg? Haha, you're welcome, I'm sorry. Yep. You should be. No. And it's getting warm in my room. Are you sure it's February? Yeah, last day of February. It's getting warm in here. How about that? Millie's number 1, Thingle's number 3. That makes sense. Androg or one of those jerks gotta be in there somewhere. Really low down. I know, it was Meme who just hated Bellic for no reason, right? Androg is like a creepy stalker fanboy. Meme and Androg both hated Bellic, but instead of bonding over it, they also hated each other. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny, depending on how you think of it. Novo! Hi! Welcome to the stream. We are doing this piece by request. We previously finished this one, Treebeard's Eye. Pretty happy with it. But now we are doing this. Everybody's had a novelmonger. Who is Lily? Lily is Treasure. Maybe if Meme and Androg had joined in their evil plans to get rid of Bellic, then Turin would have noticed something was wrong before stuff went south. Maybe? You're assuming that Turin is capable of noticing anything, though. Didn't you say not sure if autistic or just unobservant? Meme's hatred of Androg is absolutely founded. It has been a while since I read Children of Hurin, so I might be forgetting some of the things. I just remember it was buck wild and sad. And Turin cannot catch a break. Ever. Didn't expect you to do that, but that was pretty cool. I made Turin one of my blorbos to my eternal consternation. You've never read past the first chapter of Children of Hurin? I don't blame you. It's grim. And it only gets grimmer. Tarva says, I exist to curse other people with the knowledge of how edgelord Tolkien could be. Uh-huh. Let's create a dude whose purpose is for his whole life to suck. You did read the back pages too? Oh, honey. Oh, boy. Oh, dear. And let's make him such a sweet child. Yeah, honestly. Poor Turin. He's trying, and you can't help but root for him, but he's also kind of a dumpster fire. Yeah, true. What's really sad is, like, Turin will go somewhere and he's like, okay, things went really poorly last time, but I'm gonna change my name and things will work out better. And then it's like, okay, it didn't work, but it'll work this time. Okay, it didn't work that time, but it's gonna work this time. Okay, it didn't work that time, but it's gonna work this time. And it's like, oh, honey, no. Gotta finish that Turin Anakin Zuko Venn diagram one of these days. I would love to see that. Because I know enough about Star Wars, and I have seen Avatar The Last Airbender and loved it, obviously. Who doesn't? And I have read Children of Hurin, so I would love to see that Venn diagram. Eternally optimistic and depressed. Yeah, him being an eternal optimist makes it that much sadder. Yep. I was trying to remember, Tarva, which one you described as the pessimistic optimist and which one is the optimistic pessimist. I couldn't remember, like, between Bellig and Turin, which was which. Tarva changes his tactics as well and things still go wrong. Yep. Okay, that's 2 out of the 4 figures done, as far as line art goes. Bellig is a cheery pessimist. Yeah, that seems about right. Takes a cursed sword. And Melian is like, hey, this sword is cursed and it's going to hate you. And Bellig is like, well, I'll take it anyway. Turin is the pessimistic optimist, and Bellig is the optimistic pessimist. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. I can't believe that I accidentally killed someone again. I'm sure this is the last time, though, versus we're going to Guy. Heck yeah, let's go. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. You love Mary's eyebrows? Thank you. He gets strong eyebrows. Your brain wants to mush the hobbits into the Children of Hurin story now, but I feel like that would just make it sadder. Yes, it would. How would that even... I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about how that would go. Merry would actually fit because he's so dramatic, but the others, I don't know. Yeah. Poor Frodo would probably just sit down and never do anything ever again. The first second that things start to go bad. Turin would try so hard to protect them, and they would bring him some moments of joy, but alas. That just means they're going to die! You realize that, right? You realize... See, in my mind, the hobbits were, like, the protagonists, and the ones that were experiencing the hard life, but no, if you're saying that the hobbits were secondary characters to Turin, that means they're going to die. Horrible deaths. Probably at his hands. You realize that, right? Frodo can get straight up immobilized by the concept of doom, and that's a bit of a central theme. Yeah. Treasure, I am eagerly awaiting the fun fact. But Frodo, yeah, but he can also just kind of go on like, yeah, this is my doom, what are you going to do sometimes, so I don't know. Yeah, I assume you're talking about Frodo. That's true. Frodo could handle it better than probably Sam or Pippin. Possibly, quite possibly. To the last battle at Fornos with the Witch King of Angmar, they sent the bowmen to aid the king. Yes! The hobbits did. Yes, they did. And only the hobbits kept records of it. Which is very funny to me. They went completely unnoticed by everybody, including their allies. Fate is something he can definitely handle, true, but yeah, Pippin would be gone immediately. That wouldn't be okay. That'd be so sad. Pippin is baby. Look at him. Well, maybe not right now. He's looking pretty bad right now, but Pippin is baby. Pippin would get the Lolith treatment. I hate that you're right. He'd be the sweet, goodest baby that existed to die. Yeah. Offended Legolas face. Look at him, pans to 90% dead hobbit. Yeah, bad example. Sorry. My bad, guys. Sorry about that. Novelmonger, what are you reacting offended Legolas face to? You can be baby when you're dying. It's fine. The Hobbit Bowman is my favorite fact because it was a quest in Lord of the Rings Online. That's fun. To Pippin getting the Lolith. Yeah. Yeah. Understandable. You found all the bows? That's fun, Treasure. Are they like collectibles in the game or something like that? Lolith means laughter. Aww. It does fit too well, and I hate that. Oh, you know what else I hate? I've been drawing on the wrong layer! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I was going to have to merge all these layers together at some point anyway. It's fine. Look at this. Look. Ah! It's fine. It's not a big deal. Wrong layer. Wrong layer! Yep. It happened. I told you it was going to. You can just duplicate the layer and erase the parts you don't want in each. That's true. I could do that. But again, I was going to have to merge these layers together anyway in the future. So I wanted to keep them separate for a little while just because it makes it easier to like work around the sword. But it's okay. It'll be fine. Oh, Mary has 2 rings here. Fancy boy. Okay. Let's see. Sam would probably get the other hobbits out of the story before anything happened to them, now that I think about it. His I don't like the vibes here attitude towards the tall human men or whatever. Oh, okay, so like... Sam might encounter Turin, go, I don't like this. Chrissy, wake up! And then, like, leave and take the other hobbits with him, and then they would get out of Turin's life soon enough that they would be safe. I can dig that. That's fine. That's fine by me. They can just make a cameo appearance and then not die by death by curse. That's... Yeah, not die due to proximity to Turin. That's fine by me. I'm okay with that. Treasure says it was just a fetch quest. Gotcha. Kind of off topic, but what do you think Legolas was up to while the hobbits were in the Barrow? How long does it take to travel to Rivendell? That would be my question. Because he could be, like, defending the borders at Mirkwood, but it really depends on how long it takes to get to Rivendell and whether he wasn't already en route or not. Gotta wake up, gotta wake up, gotta wake up, Chrissy. I don't like this. Chrissy, wake up. It takes a long time in Lord of the Rings Online. I believe it. Yep. Singing in a forest somewhere in either case, I'm sure. Yep, most likely. Either he's singing in a forest defending his home in Mirkwood, or he's singing in a forest on his way to Rivendell. When did Gollum escape from captivity in Mirkwood? That might be another thing that would give us a clue. You have Chrissy wake up stuck in your head now. You're welcome. Gollum escaped on June 20th. Okay. And then, do we know when Legolas arrived in Mirkwood, in Rivendell, to tell them that? No, wait. Gollum escaped on June 20th. And then if we find out when the hobbits were in the Barrow, that should be in the appendices too, and then that could give us kind of a rough estimate. September 28th for the Hobbits in the Barrow. Okay, so... Okay, wait, so... Gollum escaped before... Yeah, it would have been before... Yeah, before the Hobbits left from the quest. Okay, I'm not sure that's helpful. It's like, how long did it take the Mirkwood elves to think, maybe we should tell our buddies in Rivendell about this? Mary continues to have the chedliest arms. If Legolas was just telling the news to the council, presumably he just arrived. That would make sense. And then once again, we're left with how long does it take? It can't take that long. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, so we have to figure out how long does it take to get from Mirkwood to Rivendell. And then we have to figure out how long it took the hobbits to get from the Barrows to Rivendell. Yeah, the timeline from The Hobbit might be helpful. This Quora article just stated something that seems like a D&D score, so now I think it must be part fanon. Not sure what you're referring to, Treasure. The dwarves and Bilbo made rather better time across that distance than Legolas would have since they had eagles for a bit. That's a good point. The timeline says the elves and maybe rangers were tracking Gollum for a bit in August before they lost him in Moria. Okay. Hello? Hey. I'm doing an art live stream.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. You still wanted to hang out? Okay. Let me finish up the line art here, and then I'll say goodbye to everybody, and then we can go.
Okay.
Thank you. Yep. They left Rivendell on June 22nd and the path in Mirkwood on August 22nd. So yeah, my sibling just woke up, and I had already promised that we would hang out together today. So I'm going to finish up the line art for this, and then skedaddle. But yeah, thanks to everybody who came and hung out, and we learned to do a thing, I think, or at least we discussed things about what, you know, how do ghosts do. But yeah, from my understanding, the Mirkwood people try to fix the problem themselves before bothering to report it, and elves have chronically bad understanding how long is long to mortals. That's a good point. So Gollum could have been escaped for a long, long time before anybody thought to report it to Rivendell. Sorry for your inclination to lore dump. Don't apologize. Do not. This is way more fun. Why would I read things like books and stuff when I can just have my friends tell me stuff? And then it's way more interesting. My art is beautiful. Thank you. And you love the Hobbit's faces in this one. Thank you so much. That's 3 out of the 4. One more. Let's merge these down. He wasn't missing for that long, just like a few months. I'm sure nothing happened. You underestimate how much Immortal can get done in just a few months. So many elves have got to be such huge procrastinators because they don't actually need to get it done in this century. That's what I assume. It's like, hell, get it done next decade. You know? Mortals have a built-in time limit. We gotta get things done before we kaput. Elves? Nah. Unless something bad happens, they'll just keep existing, so they can afford to wait. Merge the layer, Kronk! Yep. Gotta love Frodo's squiggly eyebrows of terror here. The Eldar may endure for long years awaiting battle with their enemies in some far distant day, but for us the time is short and our hope and strength soon wither. That's a cool quote. Turin was a Chad, honestly. Like, he had to be a Chad to get on Morgoth's last nerve. Turin was goated, yeah. Turin kind of tried to make the same kind of arguments in Nargothrond, but of course it only ended poorly because it was Turin. Honestly. It only ended poorly because boys doomed. It was only a bad idea because of Turin's idea. Yeah, exactly. Turin had cursed TM. If he had suggested something else, it would have ended just as poorly. Because curse TM. Turin could word for word copy down a recipe for cupcakes, but if he followed it, it'd actually be nitroglycerin. Yeah. Tarvey, you need to come around more, seriously. You like how Frodo's shoulders are that they're kind of raised because he's tense? Yep. Thank you for noticing. Boy is scared out of his mind. I've even got like these kind of shake marks right here. Like his shoulders are shaking. Trevor says, I'll try to do better with showing up, but alas, I fear my go-to traits are lurking and overbearing. I mean, I feel that. I, too, have kind of been lurking on the server for a while. But still. This is true. You are our favorite internet cryptid. I like hanging around in the art channel, mostly just creepily watching other people's skills progress. Vivi's art honestly has taken off. Like, I'm never on whenever she posts her stuff, but it's really good. Yeah, that happens, Windmill. That's true, but I've liked the stuff that you have drawn recently, Tarva. No. We gotta get back to doing stuff for Theo. I miss him. I feel like he was largely Washboard's brainchild, and, you know, Washboard had to take her break, so I think we kind of fell off. Washboard and I kind of had joint custody, but she actually wrote stories about it, and I just thought about them and never wrote them. Mood, though. Tarva, we have another member for the writing, what do we call it? The Thinking About Writing Authors Club? Where we promise each other stories and only brainstorm for 10 years. Yup. That's our friendship, baby. I wonder why I have these extra lines here. I don't think Frodo's hips are that wide. Oh well. Okay. More Trumbo lines? Quite possibly. Windmill says, I would pay you money to give a tutorial for drawing clothing folds at FigCon. I might be able to arrange that. I am not an expert by any means. But yeah, I would be happy to share what little I know. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Let's put, because I want to see. Let's find a good sickly green color. There was an art workshop at Mythmooch, so I thought of the talented artists and what wisdom they could share. Yeah. Ooh. I don't know if I'll go with that in the end necessarily. But that's kind of the idea. This is going to be, it's a very, like, green. And there would be kind of like a glow coming up from the floor. So a lot of the shadows are actually going to be, like, down the middle of the figures. Because the light is, like, coming from around them. So this is going to be a pretty weird piece when I finally get around to finishing it. You love Frodo's expression? Thank you so much. Boy, he's terrified. So yeah, this one's... Mary looks good here. Thank you. Yes, it's the arms. It's those elbows. Look at those sharp, Chadley elbows. All right. But yeah, thanks for coming along. Where are we at here? Oh, we had about 4 hours of work. That's nice. Mary always looks good. Heck yeah, he does. Chad that he is. But yeah, like I said, I promised I would hang out with my sibling today, and said sibling has finally woken up. So I've got to go. Thank you guys for coming. Once again, thank you for 2 years of the fig tree. if I said everything that I want to say, I would be here all day. But you guys obviously are the ones who make the server what it is. And I love you all a lot. So hopefully this was kind of a fun thing to hang out and kind of remember, you know, how we got started. Just with art and stuff. Minimal says, thanks for holding this. Thank you. You're so welcome. It was a lot of fun. And, yeah, let's see. That's a sad thing to end on. So, let's end on this. Let's end on this. Boy's looking happy and alive. All right. All right, I'm going to skedaddle. Have a great day, everybody. And I'll see you later.